Good evening, sir. I am Shraddha from IIB Pune branch. Today I am going to explain the first step of respiration, which is known as glycolysis. Glycolysis is even termed as universal pathway as it occurs in both aerobic and anaerobic organisms. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. It's the conversion of glucose to pyruvate, which is carried out in 10 steps and is multi-enzymatic. First, glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate as addition of one phosphate group takes place on the 6th carbon of glucose by the enzyme known as hexokinase. Later, glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate as there is no side chain for addition of another phosphate group by the enzyme known as isomerase. Later, fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6 biphosphate as addition of another phosphate group takes place on the first carbon of fructose 6-phosphate. Later, fructose 1,6 biphosphate is converted into DUP and PAGL, which is even known as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Later, by the enzyme known as aldolase. Later, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate by the enzyme known as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase as removal of one carbon takes place during this step, and this reaction is even termed as decarboxylation. Later, 1,3-phosphoglycerate is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate by the enzyme known as phosphoglycerate kinase. Later, 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into 2-phosphoglycerate by the enzyme known as mutase. Later, 2-phosphoglycerate is converted into phosphoenol pyruvate by the enzyme known as anolase, and during this step H2O is released, and it's the only step in which H2O is released. Later, phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into 2-pyruvate by the enzyme known as pyruvate kinase. The products of glycolysis are 2-NADH2, 2-ATP, and 2-pyruvate. Thank you.